Now we're rolling. Welcome to the Subtle Impact Podcast. This is episode ... I am your host, Mike, also known as Michelangelo. And we have a special guest today. He goes by the name of iRIE Buchanan. We about to get to know him today. So, if
Yes,
you
sir.
don't know him now, you know him.
Yes, sir.
With no further ado, I'm ready to get started.
No,
Feel me?
I'm gonna just pull my shit up.
Wow. Feels great.
Yeah. Put him in a hearse if he start shit. The Adams family coupe on some
How
dark
you
shit.
feeling right now?
Man, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling blessed.
Man, I mean, it's
happy to be here.
It's 2019.
Yeah.
New
year,
new
things.
new wins. I'm excited. This is a new platform, and I think that this is gonna definitely benefit a lot of people, a lot of artists, a lot of people in general.
For sure.
Whatever you do, this is gonna help you. So I'm excited. Man, so let's talk a little bit about you, your background.
Okay.
What was the process, the process of you, getting to where you're at right now?
It was a long process. I'll say that.
Right.
I mean, as far as rap goes,
Yeah, just where did it start? You as a person, right? You may have went to college, you may have dropped out, you may have got kicked out. What was that? What's your whole story? How did it where did it start, and now where did it end, in a sense, from where it started to where you are now? Because a lot of people may be like, oh, I've always been into music. Since I was 3, I was playing the piano and I was writing fucking ballads. It's just I want to know how your story kind of was created.
okay. I mean, for me, things started a lot before the school stuff, but it wasn't really till I stopped going to school that I really decided that this was the path that I needed to take.
Okay.
So,
Right.
I mean, as far as music, it's I've been writing for a long time, since I was a kid.
Okay.
So, over time it was I would start off with poetry, to be honest. And it's I would just be writing whatever I was feeling. And then it's over time it started to translate to songwriting.
Okay.
And eventually I just started to go along with I don't know, I would just be making songs with structures, just hooks, all that. So then when I got to school, and I'll say college, I should say, because it's I don't know, I got to college and I was doing something I really didn't, my heart wasn't in it.
Okay.
And it's when I realized my heart wasn't in it,
you had to take yourself
that
out.
was it. That was
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you made that decision.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
this is not for me.
Yeah.
So with the decision of going to college, although you felt you had other meaning, oh, I might, music is an interest to me, so I might want to do that and pursue that. Did you go to college because you felt maybe that was one of the only things that you felt certain about? Because at that time you might not have felt certain about music.
Nah, that's the thing. I didn't even feel certain about school. I was just doing it to please other people, in a sense.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of felt I had to do it.
Okay.
And I was just gonna get through it and then focus on what I really wanted to do.
Right.
So that was the wave that I was on. I didn't really.
That's a lot of people. You know?
It is.
They don't do what they want. They do what other people want them to do.
Yeah, that's why it's for my entertainment.
And see that, we'll get into that a little bit later. But that's a great point, because that's going to be a question that I'm curious. I know what the brand stands for, but I want people to know.
Right.
So that's a good point. So what made you decide okay, I'm now going to focus on music and I'm going to put all my marbles in one basket? What was the deciding factor, or that moment where you were just you know what? Like you were just saying, school wasn't really the, your thing. And so what took it over the edge, and it was just you know what? Yeah, I'm not doing this shit. I'm going to focus on what I'm really passionate about.
When I first started college, I wasn't really, letting my music be heard or anything like that. People didn't know I rap. But I'll be freestyling, you know what I'm saying? Just with my roommates and all that. So they'd be yo, you should actually take this seriously. And I'd be I thought about it. And then, eventually, I showed them some shit, and they were like, damn, nah, for real, get on this. So,
at first, you thought that was just gassing you up, probably.
Yeah, first. And then, school kind of started to go downhill at the same time. So it just all, it came together at once.
Right. It was almost like somebody, like it was almost just like God was giving you like a sign in a sense, like you're not doing well in this, so it's like you got something else going on that that to me, like people got to pick up on signs a lot more. You know what I mean? Like I think like it's real easy to like ignore like signs that have been given to you by higher power. You know what I mean? So
and that's what happens when you're kind of like just blocked from it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, when you have that mentality that you're feeling like you got to do something that your heart's not in, it's like you tend to ignore the signs because it's like
for sure. But then it's like the question that I raise is like, when do you decide to put your heart into something? Because like you could be on on the edge of being like, well, I'm kind of passionate about this and I'm kind of passionate about that and I'm kind of passionate about that. It's like, when do you like focus in and be like, you know what, I'm going all in with just this thing right here,
That's a tough question because it's just like you got to know, you really do, and not even that, but if you're really passionate about something anyway, it's like you're gonna feel good while you do it regardless.
That's key.
So
I think that's a good answer because it's like when you do something that you love, like when you do it, it's like you don't even think about it. It's not work.
Exactly.
It's not like it's almost effortless.
And it's like, we've been doing this for a little while now. It's just been kept under wraps.
Right.
And it's like, even so, I'm already feeling like, like, damn, like, I don't even want to call it a second job, but it's work. But this is something I enjoy doing. So it's like, my days kind of just go like that. And it's like, before you know it, I'm like, damn, like, I should be asleep right now, but I'm still working.
Right,
like,
I'm still working. Exactly.
And it's not a problem to me. Like,
and that's good that you feel that way, because the moment that you get to a point where you don't feel like, damn, like I don't no longer have no passion for it.
That overtime does not matter.
and once you get there, you start doing things just because you have to, So I think it's imperative for everybody to kind of understand, like, is a bigger purpose within yourself that you don't realize,
Everybody's individual, man.
Everyone is an individual. Yeah. So as for music, who are your musical influences? Like, and I know I want to give a little more context behind that question, just because I know there's a lot of, like, you can be influenced by anything.
Yeah. I mean, I have some very, like, surface level influences for it. Like, for one, I'd say Lupe Fiasco's one. Like, and him mainly because it was like, I always had music being played around me. Like, my dad just, he loved rap music, just music in general.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I remember when was it? Food and Liquor came out. That was his first album.
Food and Liquor, wow.
And
that changed the game a little bit.
Right, like, and I wasn't even really like listening to music like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would hear stuff when it's being played, like when my dad would play it or my sister, whoever.
Right.
But then my sister got me Food and Liquor for my birthday. She got me a CD player and she got me the disc.
Wow, CD player, man. We going way back.
Yeah. So like, so I was listening to that, and like for some reason it really just resonated with me. Like, he's talking about stuff I can't even relate to yet.
Right.
Like, I'm still young.
But you feel it.
And and it's like, that was a time when I would see like, you would see like Kick Push on MTV Jams. And,
MTV
I got
Jams.
you. Like, the music videos, they would just really grab me.
This is euphoric shit you're talking about.
Yeah. So
man.
like, that's one thing that really
stood out to you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you try to like almost embody like who you looked up to when you were young, like as an artist? Because
not really.
Right. And see, that was my thing. I feel like some people, idols become rivals, really, right? So it's like, you look up to somebody and then you kind of like you mold yourself to be kind of how they are.
Yeah.
But then after a while, you start adding your own, formula into it, and you kind of differentiate yourself, and you separate yourself from who you look up to. But then it's easy for that person that you looked up to look at you and be like, damn, like you were once like my son, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of people like try to do what their idols were doing. So it's like, for you, it's like, how do you get inspired by people without kind of like imitating them in a sense? Because that's hard.
I mean, for real, it's like, for me, like I said, like, I honestly didn't expect to be rapping.
Okay.
So even though it's like these are all influences I started to like not even just realize, but it's like when I look back on it type of thing. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I see how I kind of ended up, you know, this type of way or something like that as
Right.
far as music goes. But for example, another person is Pharrell, who's a big influence to me. And it's like outside of some music stuff. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Pharrell
people can
is-
influence you in different ways.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Yeah.
just like,
he's just
yeah, like,
all around. It's just like you want to
yeah.
kind of just be like him in some
yeah,
way.
in some way. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, so it just kind of rubs off on you even when you don't ask for it. Like,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that kind of helps me, like, you know, bring up the next topic. So the brand itself, like, you know, 4myENT, like, what is it about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how did it start? What's the foundation behind all of that, you know?
So, sheesh, like,
Yeah.
4myENT is really a collective of talented individuals who are all just passionate about what they're doing.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like we were saying earlier, it's
Retweet.
like people are doing a lot of things that, you know, you feel like you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. And it's like everybody kind of has their side hustle, their side job,
For sure.
or their side like passion, hobby, whatever
Right,
it is
right.
that you just, you know, you love to do outside of your main work. And it's like all of us here, we're kind of just, we have a common goal, you know. So it's like we
Right.
take that passion, we take that talent, and we put it together.
It's difficult, right? Like it's difficult to get one person to have the same like mindset as you, right? But to get 5 or 6
It's natural,
people,
too.
like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, to
you
get-
you can't force that.
Yeah,
You can't force it.
That in itself is really special. So I'm really excited to like be able to showcase to everybody like who we are, like, you
Yeah,
know,
for real.
because it's like even people who know us personally, I don't know if they understand like the energy behind the brand itself, because it's just
Right.
like it's so many different talented people with a common goal and everyone's serious about
Right,
it.
right.
And at such a young age, you'd expect some people to be like, damn, I'm just trying to get lit. I'm just trying to, you know, I'm trying to entertain the females. I'm trying to be seen. I'm trying to be popping on the
Yeah,
gram.
yeah,
And
and
it's just like niggas is actually trying to get their money and get like get to a certain level where we can take care of people.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that in
And
itself. speaks
yeah,
a
that's
lot.
the thing too. It's like, you know, it might be called for my entertainment, but it's like, yo, like I said, it's really all just putting our minds together and just,
Right.
you know, putting it towards one common goal. So it's like, you know, even from the outside looking in, you know, if you're just a viewer, it's like, yo, like make shit for your entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like if you enjoy doing it, do it.
That's exactly. See, and this is that's really key, because I was trying to, you know, explain that to people about like the name itself. It's almost like, you know, you look at it and you think, oh dang, like that's selfish, like, but it's not. When you think about when you think about it deeper, it's like it's way more than, you know.
It is, because you can just apply it to yourself no matter who you are. Like, you
Right.
know, just
So, you know, with that, I think that everybody has to kind of, you know, embrace the culture that we're about to like kind of like present. You know, it's a
for
different,
sure. And even if you don't, like, it's like, you know, take it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, the message behind it is really just like, you know, not even on some like follow your dreams type shit, but it's really just like, yo, like what's holding you back from doing what you want to do? Like,
bro. That's a great point, because I think a lot of people are afraid to like, you know, pursue their dreams.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
you
there's
don't
a-
think
there's-
that shit's gonna work.
yeah, there's a lot
You
of
don't
things
know.
that go into that too.
There's a
but,
lot.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that you brought that up. So like, with all that being said, like, what made you want your own brand? You know, like
Bruh, like,
what made you want to like it, almost like have something of your. Now I understand everybody wants to be Jay-Z, everybody want to be Diddy, everybody wants their own shit. So at the end of the day,
like-
we can like sit back and like watch money pop.
and that's
watch
cool.
people
That's
win.
cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to like look at these people and say, damn, like I want that too.
Right.
But, you know, I feel like with this, it's like we got to carve our own path, you know, like, because it's bigger than just music. It's bigger than just, you know, making a video. It's like we have so many different outlets for this that we could take. It's like, you know, the possibilities are just endless.
The pop.
So,
And with the new generation that we're in, where we can be nobody one day and the next day be a fucking household name.
Yeah.
You know, and
Just
I don't
that,
like the word nobody because like I don't call people nobody.
Yeah,
Everybody
like at the end of the
somebody.
day, if you're working, you're working. You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
take
yeah.
that away from anybody.
Right, but
Like,
what I was saying with that is like you can literally be like uploading music every day, right? And you know, you got your local fan base, but then one day somebody heard your shit who knew the right person, and now everybody knows your shit.
everybody knows.
And
It's like
you
that.
and so like I
Power
think
of the internet.
that's what I'm
Crazy.
saying. So that's why I think like everyone should be on their shit. Like start your own shit, bro. Have a good idea. Like the thing is with Former Entertainment is me and you sat on the idea for a while. You know what I mean,
Bruh. And
we
that's
sat on it for a while.
it's enough money out there for everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why the fact that we all have one common goal and we're all passionate about it is big. Cause it's like, yo, like, you know, everybody wants to get their money in their own way, you know, but it's like people are so busy and concerned with what the next man is doing.
Right.
That it's like you're taking away from yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you want to get it too, but it's like, why does that mean that you have to, you know, watch what I'm doing and try to take away from that?
Do you feel like it's a crab and barrel like mentality?
For sure. For sure.
Like, do you feel like people almost want to like almost in a sense like someone will like assassinate your character and who you are like just to put themselves on a pedestal. Like I think that's kind of like an issue that we don't discuss.
For sure. Yeah.
So with that being said, how do you feel like we can kind of avoid that in any way possible? Because I think I see Atlanta doing that. Like right now, like they're not doing the crab in the barrel mentality. They're doing the opposite of it.
Just
like
working together.
You're just working together. So like, how can we get it so it's like everybody in a black community is working together for one goal, and just everybody's trying to elevate one another. You know,
that's the thing. That takes a lot. Like that's bigger than, you know, just like 5 people. You know, that takes a whole community to really just like, you know, put that backing behind it,
right?
To the point where it's like we all can just propel each other, you know,
right,
to something bigger than, you know, just what our community is. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So how can we like the brand Former Entertainment? Like how can it differentiate itself from all the other brands?
Just by not closing yourself off to like different audiences, you know, because I feel like it's easy to get categorized. It's easy to get boxed in.
Right.
And with what we have here, it's like we have just all different types of shit going on right now. It's like you can't really box us into comparing us to another group right now or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
Yeah.
So with that, like that differentiates it, you know, so that people can't categorize the brand with something else that's going on.
Right.
Almost every.
Yeah, like, you know, I could sit here and then it's like, all right, like I'm going to drop my music, you know, next week or something like that. And then it's just like, boom, like you put out another video and then it's like, boom, we got OG Dennis with his videos. Like, It's like we have so many different ways we could just hit you with different stuff. And it's like, you know, we have something for everybody.
So what can people expect from the brand? Like, you know, to summarize it, like at the end of the day, if I'm someone who knows nothing about this shit, what can I expect to get from this?
Just multimedia content. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're looking for engaging conversation, you got that right here on Subtle Impact.
Right.
If you're looking for, you know, something you can feel as far as audio, you know, we have that in the music.
Right.
So, and if you're just looking for, you know, everyday entertainment, that YouTube will be coming soon.
Right.
So, you know, just stay tuned.
So it's multifaceted is what you're saying at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Cool. I respect that. My next thing would be like, so with your rap persona, because like most people got 2 different, you know, personas in life, especially if you're an artist. But what would you say like your rap persona has to do with who you are as a person? Is it similar or is it very different, you know?
It's very similar. Like, honestly, it's based around me.
Right.
That way it's like I don't have to, you know, just pretend to be something I'm not.
Do you think it's interesting like when people who are artists, they like you hear about like stories of people who know them outside of like, you know, the music world and how they're like they're like completely different. Like do you think that's fair or do you think that's like kind of capitalizing off of, you know, selling people what they want to hear, what they want to see?
Yeah, like it just depends on how you look at it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, from like an artist perspective, like I'm not gonna sit here and judge somebody else for trying to get money. Like
That's true.
you know, it's like
To a degree.
to a
yeah,
degree, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It just
Right.
it depends on what you're going for, you know what I'm saying? There's certain subjects I feel like you shouldn't be lying about. Or that you
Right,
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
very key, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to lie about certain things.
Nah,
right?
because it's
okay,
like
yeah.
that's
because there's like I feel like there's a thin line between what you should and shouldn't fabricate, and
For
I don't
sure,
think you
for
should.
sure.
I don't think you should fabricate anything, but I do think it's easy for an artist to fabricate.
And that's
whatever they
the
want.
thing, because no matter what you're talking about in your lyrics, it's like somebody can relate to it. So
Right.
you don't want to be influencing somebody, you know, that is actually relating to what you're saying, and that's not even you in the first place.
Right.
Because that's like, I don't know, like it's kind of misguiding.
Very, very misleading
You know.
for sure.
Like you're somebody's role model, and it's like,
Right,
it's,
and you
it's
telling
a
me
false image, like
exactly.
you know,
You telling me what you think I want to hear.
right.
So, with that being said, like, it's a lot of that out there. So, like, why should people take you serious as an artist? Like, you could be lying to people, you know what I mean? In your music, how could somebody, like, why
that's
would
the thing,
somebody
like,
choose to take you serious?
You don't have to take me seriously.
Right.
But I know myself. I'm being 100% with myself. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear my music and you can relate to it, it's for you.
Right. If you hear it, you
know?
hear it. Right.
If you hear it, you hear it. Like, I'm not gonna force anybody to
Right.
listen to it. I'm not gonna force you to like it. None of that. If you like it, you like it. If not, it's whatever. But it's gonna appeal to people. So
Do you feel like it will be hard in this day and age where like people put out like the microwave music, like it's all that shit is like, real quick and like very like people put out 2-minute songs and they're hits.
nah, I don't
quote
even.
unquote.
I don't think it'll be hard, just because it's like, I'm really saying something, and the
There's
way
someone
I
out there
I
that's looking
see-
for that.
Yeah, and it's like I see my music is timeless, so it's like, it's shit you can go back to whenever you're feeling like that,
Right.
So
With the music, like, when could we expect music, like, singles, projects, like what's up next for you in that?
very soon, like spring,
Spring. Okay.
next 2 months.
Next 2 months we should expect music from you. So is it coming in abundance, or what are you doing? Would it be small? Like, you don't have to go into the the specifics, but will people be able to get something of substance from you within the next 2-3 months? Like, is it gonna be something people gonna be able to go get on all platforms? Like,
It'll be on all platforms. It's actually a project. It's called Everything iRIE.
Okay. What's the message behind that though? Like, what's the meaning behind that? Because that ties into your name.
That ties into a lot. Like, iRIE Buchanan. So basically, my last name is hyphenated. It's Buchanan Newton.
Okay.
But my mom kept her last name, which is Buchanan. And that's the Jamaican side of my family. And, I never ended up, like, actually living there, but it's like it was part of my childhood, because I would always be there. Like, my grandparents still live there. I still have a lot of family there.
Right.
So that's when iRIE came in, because iRIE is just everything good, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, I feel like that's just my vibe in general, you know what I'm saying? I've always been chill, like,
Right.
so I just put it together. So iRIE Buchanan.
It like, was it easy for you to like make that correlation? Like, even though you never lived in Jamaica, you still have like the Jamaican heritage and whatnot. Like, was it easy for you to just be like, you know what, like, I'm gonna use that when it comes to like, my artist persona?
Yeah, for sure, because it's just like my, I can't escape it. Like,
Right.
that's my mom.
A lot of people be
Like,
trying to ride the Jamaican wave though, like,
they do, but it's like, I feel like we're really welcoming of it. Because it's just like,
I would say that
we
too.
appreciate all that, like,
Right.
So
Right.
it's just a whole lifestyle.
It's a whole lifestyle. Okay,
'Cause-
so that's just that will be like the trending thing for you going forward. Like, it'll always. Okay, so for people who don't know, like, where, like, as for your background, are there things that you would want people to know that they may not like pick up immediately? You know what I mean? Like, are there things that, like, where you're from, like how you grew up, like, did certain things mold you to be like who you are now as an artist?
You're going to get that in the music, because it's like, I've been in a lot of different environments.
Okay.
So it's like I was never really like raised to be closed-minded.
That's
So
dope.
on the project, it's like I'm gonna touch on a lot of different aspects of
Okay.
just, how I might have been viewing a certain situation at a certain time in my life. So
When you say you've been in a lot of different environments, like, can you elaborate? Like, what type of environments have you been in? Like that.
yeah, so I was born in Jersey. I
Okay.
really grew up in Maryland, but just in between that, it's like I've been really just throughout different places. Like a big one for me was living in St. Croix. Yeah, that was like
That's dope.
it was different there because it's like art is like it's emphasized a lot bigger than it is here in the States. Damn. And
Yeah,
I
we
feel
do
like
like
that's
that.
that's another like low key influence to me that I didn't even like pick up on until now, because it's like everybody there. I'm talking like I don't know. I was like 10 when I was living there, so it's like you would have like kids just crazy at like drawing, painting, just
Right.
whatever, like in the arts. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciating shit.
Yeah.
At a young age.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like we see it, we'll take a picture of it, right? Like go to a museum, but it's like, why not?
And even so, it's
create
like, here we're being raised to like, go off and do, just something like, any type of job for real. Like,
Right,
it's
right,
like,
right.
There, it's like, it's not really with an end goal in mind. It's just like, feel it out for yourself.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything like like that we could like preview music wise? Anything you want to kind of like give to the people just to kind of give them a little
Yeah.
feel as for like what they might want to hear or
Yeah.
like something they may be interested in.
Yeah, we could play this one song, Catching Z's. It's the second song on the project.
Okay.
It features another artist as part of 4myENT, Yamakoro.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and get with that.
Cool. We can definitely play that. Do you feel like, exposing too much of your music, right? Because I know a lot of artists, right? They don't want to play, all their music.
Yeah.
Job.
It's like
What's your angle with the, because like I feel like a lot of people will try and like drop a couple singles, and then it's like, damn, like I felt like I heard the album already. Like once the album come out, like that's how the viewers like view it. So it's like, what is your how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's just different for me because it's like, like I said, it's been under wraps.
Right.
So it's like I've really been working on this project. Like it's been like 3 different versions of it. So it's like I really want to give the people a full project. That way they could really like get a sense of me as an artist instead of just giving you one song, to start out with, and it's like letting you assume, okay, this is what iRIE sounds like. It's like, nah,
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the whole thing, and you'll be able to just get an idea of
Right,
who iRIE Buchanan is.
Right, you'll be able to process it that way. Yeah, I support that. All right, we can start the song now.
All right, yeah.
How long did it take you to make this song? Like,
I wrote the song, like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. And then, cause it's like,
Damn.
if I'm really feeling something, it's like I'm just write it out.
right.
And then I recorded it the first time, and I was just like, damn, like I just need something in the background, like I need,
Right.
And that's where Yama came in, cause I've known Yama for a minute.
Okay.
And at the time, I knew she did music. I didn't know what to extent though. And I heard like one of her songs that she had on Apple Music, Memory Jane. And I was like, damn, like I need her voice in there, like somehow. So
you heard her, you like you felt like there was a void that she could fill.
Yep.
Yeah, I support that because like I think like executive producing is a big thing. Like what I mean, like people gotta have an ear for music. Like what I mean, like
that's the biggest part of this, bro.
Exactly. So if you got an ear for music, you can go anywhere when it comes to like making music, producing music.
Like it really is art. Like seeing it in your head, you know what I'm saying, and then just putting it like on the canvas, you know, with your engineer, just seeing it come to life. It's like, damn, like, you know, I really got my thoughts out.
Nah, that shit is
crazy.
dope.
It is, yeah.
That shit is dope. Like just seeing the final product of anything that you worked on, that shit is cool. So as for your project, like album artwork, that's gonna, you know, that's a big deal. You know, like 'cause niggas typically drop the album artwork first. You know, graphic track list. Like is that when would that happen for you, or like is that happening? Like do you have your album artwork done? Is everything completed in terms of that, or are you still in the process of finishing that up?
So we can show the album artwork right now.
Okay, cool. Right.
Yeah.
See and I like how you were confident enough to just be like, yeah, we could just show it. Like shit is done. Like my shit is finished. You know.
And shout out to Chase too.
Right.
You know,
yes.
he that's another important part of For My Entertainment. You know, everything is really in house. Like,
another key piece.
You know, he's got the artwork.
Just chilling. Like
yeah.
So that's someone that you work with in order to kind of deliver certain results. So, do you feel like having a graphic designer, or I don't want to label people, but just someone that can kind of like, you know, paint the picture of the ideas that you have yet, that's important, right? Because like, and someone you know.
Yeah. Because it's like sometimes, you know, it's like I'll have an idea and it's like I can't get my thoughts out really. You know what I'm saying? I might be picturing it, but I don't know really like how to like tell you exactly what I want. So it's like the fact that, you know, I can kind of give him an idea and he can just like come up with whatever it is that I'm picturing. It's like
that is fire. You know, that's fucking cool.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go through anybody else.
Exactly.
So that makes it so much easier.
And a lot of people gotta like pay someone who they don't even know to do shit like that.
And it's like you're probably not paying for what you want. So
right.
You know, but you kind of you're out of options. Like
you gonna bargain and then just get kind of you gonna meet in the middle and just like, you know what, all right, cool. That it is what it is. Like you did what I asked you to do. I'll take this and I'll make the best out of it. So, you know, with that being said, you know, in the end game for you, like when it comes to music, I mean, I know this is early, of course, so I don't mean end game like where do you want to be in 20 years? No shit like that, but just are you looking to be more than just an artist? Like what would
Yeah, for sure. I definitely plan to branch out to just other ventures, you know, but at the same time it's like I couldn't say where exactly, because it's like with For My Entertainment, the sky's the limit, honestly. Like
right.
You know, we could really take this wherever we want to take it. So, you know, I plan to just be on my business.
Right. You don't want to just be labeled as an artist.
Nah. Because just getting this together alone was more than just like, you know, doing music. You know what I'm saying? So
right, like it's more to it than just
exactly.
Like, and I think a lot of people think a lot of things are easy now, especially like in 2019. It's easy for you to look at instant gratification or like instant success in your mind. You think like someone's successful because I see them
right. Yeah,
with money.
That's why I'm not big on social media. Like I don't.
So how you feel like that plays into you like trying to promote your music as an artist, right? Because is that a detriment to promotion?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really call it a detriment just because it's like, you know, promotion for the music is just promotion for the music. You know, I don't post just to post. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like when I post, it's gonna be for a reason. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not really concerned with
everything has a purpose for you.
Yeah.
Like not just doing shit just because like that's what's
exactly
trendy at the time, or you know, that's what's cool, quote unquote. Word. I think this has been a really good interview. Like, you know, me personally, I could speak on it now personally. Like, since I know you, you know, prior to all this shit, it's just like it's nice to see somebody who's serious about their craft.
Yeah,
and
you know, we're all putting in the work that we have to put in. Like,
exactly.
It's gonna show.
Exactly, one way or another. It's like, you know, and that's the thing. It's like it could take a lot of time or it could be instant. It's just like the process in itself has to be appreciated.
And that's the thing. If you're passionate about it, it's like it doesn't matter how long it takes. Like,
right.
You know, it'll go somewhere.
That the one last thing I wanted to touch on with you was, you know, just in general, did you want to like when you think about who you are as an artist, right, and you think about like where you want to be, do you feel like in your mind you rush the process in any way? Like, damn, like, because I feel like a lot, like I was just saying, like a lot of people see things and it's like instants in their mind. So it's like, okay, this is where I want to be. This is how long it should take. So and so's 19, so and so's 20. They got this. Why don't I? So it's like, you know, are you rushing anything when it comes to your brand and to your artistry, or is it just everything?
Because it's like, you know, like I said, this has been going on for a minute.
Right.
I could have dropped long ago.
Right.
But it's like I waited till all the pieces came together.
Smart.
You know? So it's like when I do drop, it's going to make sense.
I like that. I like that a lot, man. I think you said a lot of good shit, and I think that your project is definitely going to be one that people should definitely look out for.
Definitely.
And we will definitely have you know, links to anything that you put out. It'll definitely be linked to the video itself once it drops. This has been a great interview. I would like to say thank you all for watching this. This has been an amazing
Appreciate
time.
y'all, man. Everything
know,
iRIE coming soon.
Tune into that. That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? This is the Subtle Impact Podcast. I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'm out.
Yeah. Put him in a hearse if he start shit. The Adams family coupe on some dark shit. I just see my target, then I mark it. Put an old girl where she belong, back on the market. ET finger, I don't need the keys just to start it. Push button, auto start, UFO a pilot. Send me location, next thing you know I'm flying.